Hey, what is up guys? This is Brett here from brettdev.com, and do I say welcome back to the channel? I'm not sure. I've been gone for a few months, so this is my first video back after 4 or 5 months. I took a break from uploading videos. I was working on some other projects and reasons I'll get to in just a moment. But in this video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to jump back on here, start recording videos again, and the reason for doing that is I've kind of been inspired to do it based on what I'm seeing taking place in Thailand. So Thailand is starting to reopen slightly, a little bit. There is life coming back in some regard, and I just wanted to talk about that. So I wanted to talk about what exactly is going on, what I'm seeing in Chiang Mai. If you guys are thinking of coming back here, or if you're thinking of coming here for the first time, should you wait or should you come back straight away? So that's what we're going to get into. It's really going to depend who you are, but I'm going to discuss it in this video, and I'm going to go through just what's been happening in the past few months, what I've been seeing, and hopefully it's going to be helpful to some of you guys who are perhaps eyeing up coming back to Thailand or whatever. So it's been interesting. The reason I stopped making videos was, like I just said, I'm working on some other big projects which I'll maybe let you know about in the future, and also it was just really miserable, guys. Like, you know, the last few months in Thailand, they had this big build up to, it was August and it was October, and then they just kept changing the dates, pushing the dates back, and it was just so miserable. Like, I think everyone just felt so deflated. It was just a constant stream of, you know, what's happening all over the world, just a constant stream of saying one thing's going to happen and then just going back on the word and just lying, basically.
I do think, looking at it all, that we can turn the tide within the next 12 weeks.
So yeah, that kind of made me a bit miserable. It just left me unmotivated, not really wanting to make videos. Now, I know a lot of other YouTubers continue to make videos, but they were just covering like negative stuff and negative news, like, and there's enough of it, right? Like, you can get all the negativity you want. Not that the people that are making these videos are negative, just that they're talking about the environment, which is negative. Like, you can just watch the news if you want to see that, right? Like, I don't feel like I needed to be the person to just be telling you like how shitty everything is. That's why I don't want this channel to be about that. I don't want it to be miserable and stuff. So for you guys and for me. But yeah, so that's kind of partly the main reason I took a break. I just yeah, it just sucks, doesn't it? But it's opening up again now. So last month, or 6 weeks to a month, I've had a few people come back into Thailand, have messaged me on Instagram, people, you guys that watch this channel. So I've started to meet more and more people that are coming back. That's really, really cool. And I'm seeing a lot more like tourists here as well. So I'm seeing like young couples, people walking around that I wouldn't otherwise see. So I can see that people definitely are coming back. Now, should you come back to Thailand in 2022? That all depends. It depends on what you're after. Okay, so I had one friend who sent me a message. He said, I got a flight booked for December. It was the end of December, and he texted me this at the end of October. He said, should I come back? Now, I know that that friend of mine wants to come here to have a party. He likes to go to the full moon party. He likes to go to Pattaya, to Walking Street. And I just said, bro, like, if you're one of these people that wants to come to Thailand so that you can have a party, or so that you can have, like, you know, like a boozy holiday and just have a great time for a few weeks and then go back, like, it is not anywhere even remotely close to what you would have remembered it like. Okay, it's downright miserable. You know, there's not, the nightlife is reopening slowly. It's reopening in different places slowly. You can go out, but it's what you would expect it to be. It's like a post-apocalyptic nightlife. Like, this, you can drink. Everyone's got the shutters down. There's the Koh San Road I've seen open in Bangkok, and it's everyone's scanning and getting swabbed and shit, just so you can go into this little lane where there's like not really many people there. The bars are kind of sparse. It's nothing like what it was before. Is that going to change over the next couple of months? I can't really see that happening. No way. I would say there's probably a 1% chance that it's going to just, some people go, oh, it's going to come back with a bang, it's going to reopen, it's going to be lightning fast. No no way. I do not believe that, and I don't believe that for a couple of reasons. Firstly, everything is just destroyed. Yeah, so I was just watching a friend of mine's video, shout out to Nick in Pattaya, NDTVI. He was doing a tour of Walking Street, and yeah, it's just decimated. Like, I'll link to that video if you want to see it, but it's just decimated. Like, the Thais haven't even really begun even rebuilding anything, so the places can't reopen with a bang because there's nowhere. The clubs are wrecked. Yeah, you can't. They need to rebuild them. There's no staff. They need to restaff them. This stuff is going to take at least a year, and that is only if. And that brings me on to my second point, why I don't think they're going to reopen very quickly, is people aren't, you know, because we had all this stuff a few months ago where they were saying we're going to reopen, definitely, we're definitely going to reopen, and then they just cancelled on everybody, and they did that multiple times. Nobody believes what the authorities say anymore, right? So if I had a bar, there is no, I would wait until it was fully reopened for 3 to 6 months before I even touched it, because I'd just be like, why am I going to put my money in there and you're just going to turn around and ruin my business yet again, right? So there's no trust from the owners anymore. So it needs to be rebuilt, but even the owners aren't going to rebuild the nightlife scene because there's no trust in the authorities to give them the reassurance that it's worth their investment to put back into it. So that's my take on if you're coming here for a short time, which the reason I'm talking a lot about this is because that's why a lot of people come to Thailand. You're just coming here for a party, for a good night out. Now, there is nightlife here, but it's kind of similar to like going out to a club now in the West. Okay, the vibe is very different. All the girls and all the chicks that you're used to seeing when you go out, just be an abundance of women everywhere, how it used to be in Thailand, that's kind of gone. It's almost like going to your local disco or your local pub in your if you're in any other city in the world. It's very not Thai now. It's, yeah, you're not going to have, it's not going to be anything like what you thought it was before. Okay, so if you're one of those individuals, if you are planning on, you know, well, maybe I'll get a flight back in December, I'll get a flight back in January, like my friend was, and we're just going to have a big, raving, great time, it's going to be exactly like it was before, you probably are going to want to wait, okay? If you're not that type of person, if you are looking to come to Thailand for another reason, say you want to, it's particularly if you want to stay here long term, Thailand is in a much better state compared to a lot of other countries in the world. So obviously the whole world is descending into absolute tyranny, which you can see all around you if you watch the news or if you keep up with what's going on, which is, it's an absolute disgrace. Now, Thailand is not so far on that tyrannical spectrum. So if you are looking to come and hang out in a place for a year or 2 years and you want to become a digital nomad, if you want to bootstrap a business, you want to work online, you want to go to the co-working spaces, you want to go hiking in the mountains, you want to see beautiful beaches that aren't completely packed with tourists, then yeah, now is a really, really good time to come back. You're going to enjoy it. You still have the nightlife, but it's like I say, you're not going to get the nightlife that it was like previously, especially not now, not at the time of recording this video. I might be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but I probably am not wrong. So yeah, yeah, if you want to come back for a long time, then it's a good time to come back. I would come back if I, like, God, if I was stuck in England or if I was stuck in Germany or Austria, definitely, or Australia, yeah, get over here as quickly as possible, right? Just chill out here, it's way better. You've got the beautiful weather still, the nature is great, like I say, everything is kind of renewed in that regard. So the beaches are renewed. I've heard they're opening up the James Bond Island in Phuket, which has been closed for years because all that's renewed. So if you're coming for that reason, if you're coming for, I don't even know, if you were coming as a tourist and you wanted to come to Chiang Mai and do like elephant rides and all of that, I don't even know if that's back yet. It probably is, but nowhere near like the options that you would have had before either. So, you know, it's probably like, it's very like, if you're coming back as a tourist for a short period of time, you're going to be very much like a packaged holiday, right? I know I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but it's like long term, good, come back, it's great now. But if you're coming back short term to party, forget about it. If you're coming back short term just for a holiday, not to party, you're going to be very much like in a box. It's very much like packaged holidays, like people swabbing you wherever you go, scanning your phone everywhere you go, and everything's going to be kind of like pre-booked for you. So it's not your traditional, you're not really going to have your traditional wild Thai experience where, you know, like, I want to go on a zip line, I want to go jump on an elephant, I want to jump on a minibus, I want to go up to Pai, I want to have a big party in Pai. I went to Pai a couple of months ago and it was nothing there, completely dead. There was like one restaurant open in the whole town, zero nightlife, zero anything. Now my mate just messaged me the other day, he went there and he said, oh, there's a little bit, it's like open up a little bit. But the point I'm making is, if you're coming here for like a 2-week backpacking, that's the kind of person I'm talking to. If you're coming here for like a 2-3 week backpacking trip, like, you're gonna really be like in a bit of a package holiday almost, right? So you guys might want to wait also. So just to summarize, is Thailand worth coming back to in 2022? Should you wait? In my opinion, if you're coming for a short trip, whether that be to party or whether that to be as a backpacker, I would wait. I would wait at least until, you know, they said they're going to open on the 1st of October, they didn't. They said they're going to open on the 1st of November, they didn't. Then they went from the 1st of November to the middle of January. Now they're talking about the 1st of December. They just changed their mind constantly. It's constantly changing. So I would wait for evidence and proof. I would not be booking a trip back for a short party holiday or a short backpacking trip only to get here to get screwed over. So if you're in those categories, I would wait to see the proof. Okay, if they're saying they're going to open on the middle of January, I would be waiting until the middle of Feb, and then I would be booking my trip, because, you know, I would want to see, okay, you've stuck to your word for at least a month. If you're coming here long term, then yeah, come back now. Come back now. It's a great time to be here. If you're staying here as a long-term expat, if you're staying here as like a long-term digital nomad, all the co-working spaces are open, all the coffee shops are open. There's not really any restrictions in any of them. There aren't any restrictions in any of them. There's still a little bit of nightlife if you want to go and have a beer. All the restaurants are open. You can, yeah, you could just, if you're just living up here, like if you're living up here in Chiang Mai, I can't really speak too much for like Bangkok or Pattaya, but throughout this whole time, Chiang Mai has been pretty good. Like, they had a big curfew in Bangkok and Pattaya for ages, and up here in Chiang Mai that just never happened. They had it for months down there, and up here we were basically like completely free. So Chiang Mai is really cool, and if you're a digital nomad and if you're going to stay here for a long time, then you probably maybe want to come to Chiang Mai. So other than the nightlife up here, nothing has really changed whatsoever. So yeah, that's a bonus. I would come up here if you want, especially if you want to stay long term. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. That's it. It's great to be back. It's great to be back making videos. I'm going to continue to make more videos. So let me know what you would like to see. Drop a comment down below. If you do come back, and if you are in town, hit me up. You can follow me on my Instagram. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great to see people coming back. It's been great to, I've met a couple of you guys, subscribers that have come back, made some new friends. It's awesome. It wasn't like that the last couple of years. So I do feel happy about the fact that all the digital nomads are coming back, and it feels a little bit exciting, you know. So that's all for now, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.